All right, so I just got this in today. I tasted it. It tastes really good. It seems to be a little bit more flavorful and spiceful than your regular, say, if you had a, let me lower that music a little bit, than the box macaroni and cheese, which, it could be anything from a vegan box macaroni and cheese, like Amy's, or Kraft macaroni and cheese. They're both very, very incredibly similar, the vegan and the box macaroni and cheese. This is a little different. So I came across this when I was searching for some vegan shaker cheese and everything, and you can buy box macaroni and cheese from them and some other products. You can buy this in bulk. This is a 1 pound thing. I chose to buy this because I figured it would come in a #1 recycling container, and it does, because they haven't taken any boxes by me for 3 years. They only take shipping boxes in recycling. They don't take number 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 plastics. Do the research too. It's not just my little place. Eventually, whether your place takes it or not, it's usually ending up in a landfill, hopefully not in water, or the ocean. So that's why I didn't buy their version of a box macaroni and cheese, because I know I can recycle a #1 container. They don't take any. Hold on one second here. I had to throw my pasta in. It was boiling. So they stopped taking like papers, cardboard, wax boxes, magazines, you name it. Only corrugated shipping boxes. And like I said, all those other plastics they don't take. They take steel cans, recyclable cans, and #1s and #2s, and glass. So, do your best part in it. Check out landfills and woods when you go hiking, or the water all around the world, especially in the Pacific where the currents take it. It's horrible, horrible thing what it does to the reefs and to the animals and to the birds and to the fish and everything else. So anyway, this was brand new to me. It's vegan, obviously, non-dairy. I'm going to show you the ingredients. You can pause this when it tunes in, and you can go through and read it and see how many servings it is. Notice it says 56 servings, so when I tell you the price, you won't get all, oh my God. And then here's how they tell you to make it. Basically like any other mac and cheese, except I'm going to do it different. Look where it says preparation. I'm going to do it like I normally would do it. I got the pasta here. Let me show you what I'm using. So like in all my videos, I use rice, different kinds of rices, and I use couscous, these large couscous, Israeli style, the larger ones, because they come in a #1 recycling container. So that's why I use it. So that's getting over there. And what I'm going to do is, once that couscous is done and it's stirred up and ready to go, then I'll add in the oil. I'm going to use, let me show you, let me get this out here. What do they say to use? I'm going to do this a little bit different. You can do what you want. Vegan butter is basically some kind of oil anyway, probably, and then plant milk. So that's what I'm going to use. So I'll put this in once the pasta is done. It will be moist to begin with, and then I'll use this, and I'll swirl it all around. Then I'll add the cheese sauce. Then I'll add some milk, and then if I have to, I'll add some more of the cheese powder. Powder. And that's how I'm going to do it. And this is what I'm going to use. Again, now this is a large plastic container, and in our state, California, what they do here is, and I think I looked into this real briefly on my bill, on my online bill. I get this from an online store, and they didn't charge. Like Walmart will charge you for it online, and when you go to the actual store in person, they charge you. And when I say charge you, they charge you like 5 cents for a small bottle, 10 cents for a large bottle, but it has to be a certain plastic, and it says this on it. If you're not in California, you won't know about it. CA is California. CRV, I don't know what that stands for. Probably something like California Recycling something. So this is a large one, so they would charge 10 cents. So if you bought this for $4, it would be $4.10, let's just say. I don't know what the price of this is, but they would charge you an extra 10 cents, and then you go and get it recycled. So for me, on this one, I buy a lot of these, maybe 6 a month from my online company, but they don't charge me that 10 cents. I didn't see it anywhere listed on the the online bill that they deduct this. Walmart shows you the online where they deduct the 10 cents from. They call it a CRV charge, minus 10 cents. So that means, like, for instance, if I had 10 of these, that's $1. From this company, I would actually make $1. But from everybody else, I would be charged that extra $1, and then I would just go to my recycling center, and they would give it back to me. Now, what the guys have told me is that they weigh it, and when you weigh it, it actually comes out to more than 10 cents. So I usually get, like, if I bring, like, I don't know, 24, 30, 40 of these types of bottles every few months up there, I usually get like $1 to $2 more than I normally would if they counted all of them. So it works out in my favor. But it's a good system, except most people don't follow it anyway. And why? They're programmed, they're conditioned, they're lazy, they make excuses. But what they don't realize is a family of 4. Let's say a family of 4. You got maybe regular milk containers. You got soda bottles, juice bottles, fruit punch, water, cases of water. A family of 4 might literally have $5, $10 a month that they're charged when they go to the store. And then times 6 months, that could be $60, $120 for the year, every year, if you don't go and recycle it. And I talked to one of the smart little girls around here, and she said, well, my mom doesn't know where to bring anything, and I didn't know about that. You know, this is things that should be taught in school, and that people in the grocery store, most people don't even ask for a receipt. Like in California, these people don't ask for a receipt because they think if you don't get a receipt, then you're saving the environment, stuff like that, even though there's such thing as recycled paper and all that kind of stuff. So a lot of those people don't even know, maybe they don't even know that they're getting charged 5 and 10 cents every time they buy a case, 24 in a case, 12 in a case, or an individual bottle. So, you know, it should be a known thing, and people should be educated in school, especially the little kids. They come around here. I know this is a mac and cheese video, but hey, bring awareness to everything. And if you don't get this in your state, you still got to recycle it. Don't throw it in the garbage. Don't let it go to a landfill or in the water. The little kids around here, they go to the dollar store and they buy stuff, and sometimes the other kids in the neighborhood and stuff, they throw it on the grass. I go and pick it up, and I either recycle it or I put it in the bin where I get money for it. Every month I get about 30 to 40 cents more money for myself. But it's sad because these kids don't know about it. I try to educate them, but you know. So anyway, I'm using this milk. All right, let's talk price real quick. I think this was $42. And you say, $42? I could buy a mac and cheese, a whole case of them, 10 cases of them. Well, no, you can't, actually. You got to figure it out, right? So mac and cheese might be $2 a box, right? Maybe $3 a box for a vegan style or a higher brand or whatever. But this is powder. And yes, it doesn't come with the mac, I understand that. But this powder here is 56 servings. Now, will 1 heaping tablespoon be enough to flavor all that mac and cheese in there? I don't know. Oh, and by the way, just so you don't use my video, this says half cup of pasta. I'm using a full cup of pasta because I'm making my pasta according to the couscous recipe of 1 cup of couscous to, you know, the water. But you got 56 servings, and even if you cut that in half, if you need 2 servings per mac and cheese, you know, makeup, you know, that's still equivalent to as many boxes that you would buy. You just minus the pasta on it. So you'd have to sit down and really calculate it, but it's going to come out close. Plus you get 15% off. I think I got $7 off of this. So it was like $36. Free shipping and everything like that. So you have to decide if it's worth it for you or not. At the end of the video, if you haven't already watched my videos, I'm going to tell you what I use for my mac and cheese, 2 different styles and cheese sauce that works out really good. It's actually the best thing for you because it's real ingredients and everything. But if you're in a pinch and a bind and you just want to do something like this, then you do something like this. But you sit down, we'll see how much I need to use in this, and then calculate it, and you know how many boxes of mac and cheese, because you get the pasta and the cheese, whether it's vegan or not, and the price of it compared to what this would cost at $36 the first time, $42 the next time. It came in 3 to 4 days from Colorado, and free shipping. All right, so a little bit more to this video than I expected, but you know, you get a lesson, especially if you're in California, about the recycling. Okay, so this couscous is done. Could probably cook a little more if it was normal couscous, but since I'm making mac and cheese, I'm going to leave it wet like that because that will help. Now I'm going to add in that tablespoon and see what it does before the oil because it's wet. Okay, that's 1 other tablespoon. Doesn't look like it will be enough, but you never know. It might start melting or something and gooing together. So I'm just going to mix it in a little bit. Let me pause that so I can use 2 hands. Okay, so it's probably not enough. I'll probably need 1 more of those. So there you go for that. But remember, I'm using a cup of pasta, not a half a cup. So it probably would have worked. Now let me add the rest of the stuff here. The oil and the milk and then more cheese. Okay, that's what it looks like after the oil. Now I'm going to add another tablespoon of cheese and then probably that milk. All right. It's hard to pick up. You might think it's not that cheesy, but it really is. The lighting. It's actually good. I'm debating on, it's starting to like cheese and goo together. I'm debating on putting the milk in or not. You can see on the spoon. So I don't know if I want to put the milk in. What I did is, I'm going to do this. Watch this. Hold on. Okay. I did the milk. And it tastes pretty good. I'm going to put a cover on it real quick and explain to you what I think about it. So over here was, I don't know if I could do this with one hand. This is just the cheese in it right from the beginning. No oil, no milk. And this was with the oil and no milk. And I want to taste the difference between all 3. All right, the verdict, it's good. I like it. I think you may want to use the milk, you may not. I think the milk makes it a little bit more better texture and everything, but flavor might start to dissipate a little bit. You could always add more than you want. But I think they're pretty spot on. A heaping tablespoon of this with half a cup of pasta, but my cup of pasta would do 2 full bowls. So I guess with a family of 4, you would do 2 cups of pasta. So every time you'd use this, you'd use 4 of these, right? 2 for this, 2 for that. Yeah, you'd use 4 of these. So you'd have to divide that, figure out how long that will last you. I sprinkled some on popcorn, which they don't even tell you about. They talk about nachos and making cheese sauce and everything like that. It tasted really good on popcorn. Now, would it come out different and better? I don't know. It's simple to do it this way. And when I say that, because you didn't watch the directions, they tell you to get a pan. Hold on 1 second. Yeah. They tell you to melt butter, mix in the cheese, and then the milk, and stir it. Then I guess you pour it over the pasta and mix it in. Would it make a difference that way? I don't know. I like it like this. Now, if I was making a cheese sauce with this, I would do it that way. If I wanted to make a nice cheese sauce with this, like, I don't know, yeah, like a gravy type sauce, and I wanted a whole bunch of it, would I put it in a pot? Yeah, I would do it that way. I would get a pot, pour in the milk, the oil, probably stir in the cheese, and then heat it up. I would do it that way. But for mac and cheese, I think this is a simple way. So let me show you this real quick before I tell you how I make mine with wholesome ingredients. I found this. It's in a can. It can be recycled. Tastes like bologna. It's great on cheese and crackers or sandwiches. You slice it up, and it tastes exactly like a hot dog. And what else is good in America when you were a kid? Hot dogs and mac and cheese, right? Inside, put the hot dogs in there. What you're seeing in there is fresh parsley, fresh organic Roma tomato, and red bell pepper. That's what's in mine. The hot dogs are out. I don't have any. They're on their way. But your kids will love those too. So let me taste this again like this. Whoop, almost fell. Yeah, that's good. It's better than like growing up with Kraft mac and cheese. This has more of a gourmet, hearty taste, more adult taste in it than that stuff does. Again, you can see the ingredients here. Or can you? There you go. Okay, so how do I make my mac and cheese? I do mac and cheese a few different ways. Sometimes I cheat and I use a shaker cheese by Follow Your Heart, which is already a Parmesan vegan cheese. Or I use Thrive Market Shaker cheese. But they've been out of stock a lot, and they were in #1 containers. So I tried nutritional yeast. I take nutritional yeast, a handful of potatoes, boiled potatoes, throw some potatoes in, a handful or two of cashews, a little bit of the non-dairy milk, a little salt, little pepper, and onion powder, and nutritional yeast, and you blend the heck out of it, and you get it to however you want it. You can get it to like a dip, or you can keep on processing it and adding a little more liquid and make it into a sauce, and you can make mac and cheese that way, or just sauce over vegetables or whatever you want. That's the best way. This is really tasty, and again, I'd have to see how many mac and cheeses I can make with it and all that kind of stuff, but I'm not really concerned with that. You as a family might say, well, what's the price difference and all that? But then again, the bags and the foil and the box that you can't recycle, take that into account as well. But 56 servings, maybe actually cut that in half if you double it up. You know, what is that, 24, what did I say, 56, right? 25 is 50. So you're like 27 servings. That's still a lot of servings. 27 dishes of mac and cheese. You got to buy your own pasta. And you're looking at, I don't know. I think it's fair. I think it's good. I mean, $36 is good. $42 might be a little bit overboard. Well, like I said, you buy it once as a family, see how much you need, see how long it goes, do the calculations. It's good. It's tasty. I want to eat mine before it gets cold. But I wanted to share that with you and that with you. And if you really want to do it the good way and you can't have cashews, I'm not a nut guy, so I don't know what kind of nuts are also like cashews. And I don't know if people who have peanut allergies also have other nut allergies. I don't know. But once again, it would just be a handful of potatoes, not too much. More cashews than potatoes, nutritional yeast, the milk, non-dairy milk, salt, pepper, and onion powder. And you get a really healthy, good cheese sauce. You could even throw in a couple boiled carrots in there as well for more color, and it won't bring any taste, and it will add even more nutrition to it. But that's it. It's that simple. So a lot longer video than I wanted, but I realized about that non-dairy milk recycling. That's really important. And for you guys that don't know, I'm a vegan, 1 meal a day, organic, non-GMO. I do a lot of growing my own food. I won't show you that today because the video is too long. I started that. Mostly herbs, stuff like lettuces, bell peppers. Sometimes I'm trying to get tomatoes going, stuff like that. But a lot of herbs and everything. Lettuces I do. And the bell peppers are easy. Cucumbers are a pain in the neck inside for me, but I try them every here and there. All right, eat as raw as you can too. So here's my raw part. That's fresh grapefruit, tomato, and romaine. A little black pepper on it. This is a all replacement meal, vegan plant protein. It's not just plant protein though. It's a whole bunch. I'll show you. Tons of vitamins and minerals. It's not just protein. It's an actual meal. So that will be going with my dinner. That's technically, well, they do make a raw one, and I didn't notice until a couple months ago that this didn't say raw anymore. So I still haven't done the full research on it, but when I need it again, I'll find out if they're still making the raw one. They do make a raw one. The raw one obviously will be more alkaline. That would be more on the neutral to acidic. And then over here, this is awesome stuff. This one has naturally occurring vitamin A, K, B12, magnesium, huge amounts too. Really awesome. And then here's a wonderful tangerine flavored green grass juice. Tons of grasses and veggies and herbs and roots and stuff like that. So I'll make a glass of that. Usually I have that with my dinner, and I have that ahead of time, and lots of water. And that's my whole dinner. That's my lunch, breakfast, and dinner right here. It's 1 meal a day. All right? So hopefully you can try this. Go to their website. And don't, like I said, they sell boxed mac and cheese. But you can get rid of this at your recycling center. Don't go and buy the boxes and then throw all that plastic in boxes in your garbage, all right? I mean, do something positive for the world. When you look on TV and you say, oh, these poor kids, or this or that, or this or that in the world, well, remember what you're doing or not doing at home, from simple things to eating or recycling and stuff like that, okay? So make a better choice, make a positive choice for you, the environment, the animals, and everything, all right? Lots of love to you all. Bye bye.